What are you doing with the Brazil nuts?
That's our base.
This is the base.
That's the base.
So you're gonna put that in a food processor, or?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
With the cashews, 10 ounces.
Cashews?
10 ounces of cashews.
Truly.
Oh, sorry, 10 ounces of Brazil nuts. And then 3 ounces, or 4 ounces, 3 ounces of cashews. On top of this.
So you put 2 grams of, what kind of salt is that?
This is hand-harvested French Celtic sea salt.
Ooh, nice.
Eden.
Wow.
It's about 2 grams. The salt really helps to bring out the flavors.
Yeah. I am the biggest fan of salt in chocolate. There's 2 things I like, chocolate and salty chocolate. I could live with either or. So food processor time, huh? Interesting.
So not quite time yet.
Right.
We're just setting it up. We're setting the stage.
Setting the stage for total transformation. Wow.
So
I noticed you don't soak the nuts. Is that like, does it matter at this point, or?
it does. It does. When you're selling raw food,
Right.
and you're selling it to places that don't have refrigerator units to keep your raw food that you're selling, it is a little price to pay from soaking it. However, the nuts will last. The food will last much longer, up to 2 weeks in an unrefrigerated state.
That's so amazing. I never knew that. For real.
I mean, and then when it comes to like, when it really comes to like soaking nuts, what I heard is salt water. What the Maya used to do is they actually soak the nuts in salt water, because what salt water does is it extracts the enzyme inhibitors, the enzyme processing inhibitors out of the nut. So when you eat it, you don't fart, you don't have a hard time digesting, you just have like a really easy time dealing with the protein of the nuts.
Wow.
When you do sprout them in regular water, that doesn't happen. Yeah, they're more living. Technically they are dead after they've been soaked in salt water. But you can go many different ways.
Interesting. So this is going to preserve shelf life for up to 2 more weeks?
Up to 2 weeks.
And it's still living, right?
It's still living.
Right.
And I mean, of course, it's still living once shelf life is over.
Right.
You just, you know, the oils are starting to get a little rancid.
And it gets like melty.
You might get a little like
melted wrapper.
A little head rush when you eat it, you know. Properties change a little bit, you know. Like,
sweet.
get little visions happening for you.
Add some cayenne.
Oh yeah, cayenne, I haven't been doing that.
I like my kombucha. So you just added the cacao powder?
I just added the cacao powder, yep. And the next step is to bring in the dates and the lemon rind.
Ah, there's dates involved. Interesting. Lemon rind. In order to just... Because we all know that the yellow part is the tasty part, right?
Right.
The white's a little too...
Content.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever heard that like the white part of the orange is like really good for you?
Yeah, it has the ascorbic acid.
So does the white part of the lemon also have the ascorbic acid?
Yeah, I mean, but it's more concentrated. The bioflavonoids are in the white part.
What is it?
But the bioflavonoids.
What is that?
They're like the flavonoids are like the main like healthy part of any type of citric food. Like they have all the like, flavanols are like super awesome antioxidants.
So you think I should probably keep them in?
No, because they give it a citric, they give it like that tangy flavor. You don't want that. I mean, you want it for vitamins, but you don't want it for taste, pretty much. It's a good trade-off. Like, you could just eat this on its own. Like,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean...
And it's awesome. But you see what I mean? The taste is like, why so much lemon rind?
Because the lemon rind really mixes well with the sweet dates. And then like, gives it this nice flavor. Because we're not using any spices here,
Oh, really?
the lemon oil really mixes well.
That looks good.
It actually comes from an ancient family recipe.
For real?
Uh-huh.
Your family?
Chocolate, honey, and oil tart.
Mmm.
I'm sorry, chocolate, honey, and lemon rind tart.
Wow. I want some of that. Yeah.
It's super cooked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Still want some?
Yeah, but why?
Super delicious time now.
That looks cool.